Hey there, I'm Jamey from Stonemeyer Games, and today I'm going to be playing Rolling Realms, of course. Round 2 of game 86. It looks like that. There we go. It was in focus. Hopefully it'll come back in focus. There we go. Playing Rolling Realms, The Realm, Wonderland's War, and Underwater Cities. And you are welcome to play along, whether you're live or in the future. Play along using the dice rolls that I have, and I'll start off with a roll of dice. I'll talk about these as I play. We have a 1 and a 6 as the first roll. So in Rolling Realms, we're just filling these faces of these three worlds with ideally different numbers, and ideally numbers that add up to the same thing within each world. So you want the numbers within each world to be different, and then the sums to be the same. I found that lower numbers, like doing 1, 2, 3, are a little bit easier here, but not entirely necessary. You get a resource when you do it. So it's a very easy way to get an early coin. Let's just do that to start off with something. So get an early coin here. I'll move that right up there. We don't need that yet. What else? We have a 6. So in Wonderland's War, write a number at any battleground, circle space, and gain the resource. So I can just write down a 6 right there, for example. And at the end of a battle turn, that'll happen later in this round, we'll fill the sum of the rolled dice and check the battle outcome compared to the dice rolled that round. So we want high numbers in general in Wonderland's War. So the 6 could be good there. Underwater cities, we can connect things with 6s, connect tunnels to other sections, and okay, mark and gain the benefits from buildings that are adjacent to an outlying city as soon as that city is connected to the starting city by outlying tunnels. All right, so putting a 6 here won't really do anything yet, but I might use a 1 there. Let's use the 6 on Wonderland's War. We'll prepare for maybe turn 4. And when do we gain the resource? I gain the resource right away. That's helpful. Let's put it here and gain that early heart. And then I'll use this coin as a 1 over in Underwater Cities. And I can connect it anywhere. I need to connect it back to start to get the resources from it. Yeah, I'll make this path. I'll start that right there. Garrett says today's game that he hasn't played yet is the actual game of Underwater Cities. Yeah, it's been a little while since I played it, but I think it's a rather clever, heavy Euro game. All right, a 3 and a 2. And Garrett, good to see you. 3 and a 2. Again, another number that's pretty good for Rolling Realms. I might put the 2 over here. In fact, let's just go ahead and do it. Instead of talking about it, I'll just put 1 down there, get that coin. And then the 3. A 3 is a city. So, for example, I might do it just for sake of example. I will circle this city. And so marking in the benefits from buildings that are adjacent to an outlined city as soon as that city is connected to the starting city by outlined tunnels. So I've outlined it. It is connected back to start. And so I gain this heart. And now I do have another coin that I could use for Wonderland's War, but a 1 is a pretty low number for Wonderland's War. I need a total of 10 numbers there to have high hopes. Although what I might do is just rely on the 6 and hope that I have a low roll on turn 4. Might do that. We'll see about that. But ideally, I'll put some more high numbers in Wonderland's War. And here's a 5. That will be great for Wonderland's War. 1 and a 5. I'm not necessarily going to put it there, though. I think I might put it over here on turn 5 to get that coin. And the 1 could create another tunnel, which could be good for Underwater Cities. Start getting like a bunch of resources all at once. 1 is also good in Rolling Realms, though. So I might do a 1 and a 1. Let's put the 1. I know that I will need a 1 over here. So I'll put the 1 there, although I could get a heart if I put it in the middle one. Why do that? I'll put the heart in this middle world so that I can get, or I'll put that 1 there so I can get a heart. That way I have 3 hearts. 3 hearts equals a 5. That's a more helpful number, especially for Wonderland's War. I'm sorry, 3 hearts could copy a number. In this case, it would be a 5. I'm not going to do that, though. Instead, I'm just going to create another 1 and put it over here in Underwater Cities and connect it to Let's connect it up here. All right, turn 4. A 5 and a 3. So I mentioned yesterday that we had our online board game arena game night, and we played a 7-player, really fun game of Skull King. I've been playing a lot of Skull King lately, along with Origin Story, 2 very different but also kind of similar trick-taking games. And I had a blast with it. It's a lot of fun to play those big group games of Skull King. 5 and a 3 here, and this is turn 4. Okay, so here's where I will fail. So turn 4, these two add up to an 8. 8 is higher than 6, and so yeah, I needed a higher score. So I will lose this battle. I lose the turn 4 battle. However, I can prepare better for turn 5 by putting that 5, or I could put a 3 here. That's a little tempting. I think I'll put the 5 right there, get a pumpkin, and hope that I roll something less than a 10. And now the 3. The 3 is good over here. I might copy this 3 because the 3 is good in Rolling Realms as well. I'll put the 3. So the 3 will be this city. It is connected back to the start. So I get 2 hearts. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This heart. Is that a heart? Yeah, 1 heart and a coin. And do I want to copy that 3? I could also use a 2 in over here. Actually, I have the coin. I'll just use a coin for Rolling Realms and get a pumpkin out of it. I'll save that 3 or save the hearts for later. All right, turn 5. Hoping to roll less than or equal to 10. That's great. That's a 6. And so I actually win this battle. I get 2 stars out of this second battleground. A 4 and a 2 is the roll. 4 and a 2. I know that I need another 2 in Rolling Realm, so I think I will use it over here on another heart, maybe. There's the heart. And then a 4. 4 is good in Wonderland's War. I will probably copy it for Underwater Cities as well. I'll put the 4 right here to get another heart. And I think I will. It is time, I think, to copy 1, 2, 3. I'll copy the 4 to circle another city. Let's go for this big city over here that gives me 1 of everything. Circle that city, but it is not connected back to start, so I don't gain anything yet. I'll roll, and then I see Papa Patzer has a question or a comment here. A 1 and a 3 for turn 6. This is a nice low roll for turn. Oh, I get a break for turn 6. That's very friendly. Papa Patch says, I have Wonderland's War on my wish list, but it's so expensive. It is expensive. I want to try it out before making the purchase. I don't know if it's just out of print or pricey because of the components. I think it's because of the components. It has really nice components. But it is fun to play. I've played it at a convention, so I didn't have to buy it. I just had access to it at the convention. Sorry, I feel like the cards are all like a little crooked today. I don't want to risk moving the camera, but sorry about that. Now maybe I will move it a little bit tilted. There we go. That's a little straighter. I think Wonderland's War, the duel, is on Kickstarter now. It is a little bit more cost effective than the core game, but still a little. I don't know. I wouldn't say pricey. There are dueling games that have really nice components, and I think they are worth the expense, and that might be one of them. A 3 and a 1. Might have to copy this 3 because I need the 3 over here, or 2. But I should start to put 3s over here. I also need a 3 here. I'll put the 3 here and then copy it and put it over here in Rolling Realms to finish off one of these realms, I think. Although I might need more hearts. So I'll put it there to get another heart. So I've used the 3 here and here. This 1 I'll use over in Underwater Cities for this, what do they call it, tunnel, to get 1 of every resource. That might be super helpful in the upcoming turns. All right, turn 7. Coming down to the wire here. I need to roll something. I need to roll low this turn. Unfortunately, that is a higher roll, a 4 and a 4. So I lose this battle in Wonderland's War 2. A little bit of luck here, but I think it is good representation of the actual Wonderland's War game. I definitely want to use one of the 4s here. In fact, I'm probably going to copy one of the 4s, although I don't want to use it in Rolling Realms. I'll probably use 2 coins over there. I'll put the 4 here. And I'll use the 4 over here. And what I'm debating now is, do I copy the 4 and turn it into a 3? Because I can get a 2 later in Rolling Realms, but a 3 is a little bit harder to get. And I do lean towards that because it is a little bit easier for me to copy a pair. I only need 2 hearts. And now I do need 2 pumpkins to turn that 4 into a 3 to use it in Rolling Realms. But that's okay because I'm getting a pumpkin right back. That should be helpful. Garrett says, are there any examples of purely modern 2-player games that were adapted into higher player count versions? Typically, it's the other way around. Well, that's interesting. Like, what if Seven Wonders Duel had existed before Seven Wonders? That is a good question, Garrett. I didn't write down those 4s, but we did roll 4s last turn. Am I behind again? Yeah, I'm behind again. Because this is a 7. I didn't get this battle either. How am I so far behind on these battles? Garrett, I can't think of one. There must be an example of that, of a 2-player game that was turned into a higher player count game. But I cannot think of one offhand. Yeah, good question. If anyone can think of one, let me know in the comments. 1 and a 6. Do I even give it a shot for Wonderland's War final turn? Probably. Yeah, why not? I'll go for it. There's a 1. I can put a 1 over here in Underwater Cities. That gives me another coin and a pumpkin. And over in Rolling Realms, I am using 2 coins as a 2 right here to get another heart. Things are looking pretty good for Rolling Realms. I'm fairly confident I can get a 3 there and get the maximum number of points. Wonderland's War, I'm going to have to get lucky. And Underwater Cities, I would have to double up to make that happen. So there's no need to try to double up yet. To get a tunnel and circle it. We'll see how we roll on the final turn. Yeah, we'll go for it. I didn't write down the numbers again, did I? I had a 6 and a 1. Wonderland's War keeps distracting me with the sum. Okay, low sum, low roll here. Did it. Wow, a 3 and a 2. That adds up to 5. And I got a little lucky here on that 3rd star in Wonderland's War. I also got the 3 that I needed for Rolling Realms. So I'll put that 3 right here. And actually, it's kind of nice in Wonderland's War. You don't write anything down in the last turn, although I could write something down and get a coin if I wanted to. I don't think I need to do that, though. But I have the 3. That's all the stars here because all these add up to the same thing. Each has different numbers. I do get that pumpkin. And now I have a 2 to use in Underwater Cities for ideally a double up turn. So the 2 is just a tunnel. And then I'll use 1 coin and 3 pumpkins. What do I need to do this the other way around? Yeah, I need to do it the other way around. The pumpkins are going on this one to make it a 3, and the coins are going on the 1. That'll get me there. And that connects back. I get all the stars here. And there's no reason to write anything else down. I've used all the numbers that I could. Total score, 15.6. Pretty good. I'm curious, given these rolls, some lower rolls, I'm curious how everyone else did in Wonderland's War. So let me know your score in the comments. Papa Patzer says, would you count Lost Cities and Lost Cities, the board game? And Lost Cities, you're right. Lost Cities is a 2-player game. I don't know about the follow-up Lost Cities, the board game. Patzer says the board game is up to 5 players. So that would be an example of what Garrett was asking for. All right. Thank you, Papa Patzer. Feel weird calling you Papa, but maybe, is that your first name? And Garrett, thank you for hanging out here and playing along with me. And anyone in the future who's playing this, let me know your score compared to my 15.6 in the comments below. I'll be back tomorrow for the first live playthrough of the Origin Story realm, the brand new realm based on Origin Story. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.